I recently read a great book called How to Change by Katie Milkman. In this book, Katie talks about the fresh start effect, meaning the importance of picking periods that have a do-over theme when it comes to setting goals, since this can help us feel optimistic about accomplishing new things in the future while distancing us from past failures. Fresh starts can signal change in the calendar, like New Year's Eve, the first day of fall, first day of spring, your birthday, or they can also be an event that causes a disruption in our life, either that's a negative one, like a breakup, a health scare, an accident, or a positive one, like a new job.
This is something that I've also experienced myself after an accident in my mid-20s that cost me my left leg, but also got me into calisthenics, into eating healthier and overall living healthier. And it's definitely a pattern that I've noticed after coaching a lot of people the last decade. These changes, these fresh starts do indeed offer at least the potential, the perfect emotional ground, if I may say, to build upon new, better habits and to walk on towards better directions in life. Now, if that is the case, if the fresh start effect is so great, you may wonder, why is it then that things such as New Year's Eve resolutions never seem to stick, with really 90% of them failing statistically and 40% of them failing before February, as I recently read? Well, the reason behind that is because the biggest mistake we all make, or at least have made at some point in the past when trying to take advantage of the fresh start effect, is that we set goals while relying too much on emotion and not using any logic or practicality. For example, setting New Year's Eve resolutions while you're fueled by all the emotional response from the fireworks around you, from the champagne, and the overall vibe of change in the air, might help you start strong during those first days or weeks, tops, of January. But eventually, once life starts to get back in its normal cycles, what happens is that you end up crumbling under the huge, unrealistic goals that you've set that don't really seem to match your reality at that point. All right, now to summarize today's video and to leave you with my top tip when it comes to accomplishing a fitness resolution, the best way to get started is by estimating what is the minimum dose of exercise that you can handle on any given day, what is the least amount of exercise that you can motivate yourself to do any day of the week, and especially during the most stressful days, the days that you have the least amount of time. Because once you make that your baseline, it's a lot easier to keep going. So, instead of having like a huge amount of exercise, being your goal every day, and having a day somewhere around February that you just couldn't keep up with, which usually what happens is, you skip that one workout, the next one you feel even more unmotivated, and the more workouts you skip, the more you fall off the wagon, and you just once again fail with your fitness resolution. So instead of doing all of that, having that least amount of exercise being your baseline helps you create a streak of successful workouts that are a lot easier to maintain, and that way it just becomes a lot easier to keep up with your goal. And of course you can train harder during days that you feel like training harder, but once again, during days that things are not going your way, you can fall back to your original minimum baseline, and that way you keep going. That way exercise becomes part of your lifestyle, part of your identity, and something that feels more and more effortless the longer you do it. By the way, one more thing before I go, the Strong and Lean Over 30 Bootcamp will be once again launching in a few days. There's a link below. You can learn more about that, but basically it follows a lot of the philosophy that we covered today, and it's ideal for the average busy guy that needs some structure, needs some accountability, and would enjoy having calisthenics as part of his daily routine. There are testimonials below. There are, all the details about what you're going to need in terms of equipment. Basically all you need is something to hang from. Yeah, this is something I'm always excited to start. I've gained a lot of really good friends through these boot camps. Once you're done with the boot camp, you also have the option to keep on training with us during the rest of the week. So, this has become a fellowship, a calisthenics fellowship of people that I will train with nowadays, something I really enjoy. So once again, there's a link below, check it out. And if you want to join us, we'll be starting in a few days. So that was all for today. If you have any questions, as usual, leave them below. And until next time, keep on training.